The series starts a long time ago with a scary prank by some high school boys. They wore spooky masks and did it in an old empty place. Then in the present, where Maya is really sad because her husband, Joe, got killed in a robbery. She's hurting a lot because her sister died not long ago in a terrible way too. Those bad memories are still hurting her, and now her husband is gone too. Joe's mom thinks she should see a counselor, but Maya doesn't want to. So, Maya's friend tries to comfort her and gives her a special photo frame with a tiny camera inside. Maya's always busy with her job in the army, so she's really worried about her daughter Lily. She puts the photo frame in Lily's playroom because that's where Lily hangs out the most with her nanny. Maya really trusts the nanny because she's been with the Burkett family for a long time. But Maya's friend keeps saying Maya should check things out, so she puts the frame in the playroom anyway. Maya's friends want her to chill out with them before she starts her new job, but Maya thinks she's okay. Later on, she checks the webcam footage and sees something shocking. Her late husband, Joe, cuddling with their daughter in their house. She notices his green shirt and shoes are gone from the cupboard too. When she asks Lily and the nanny about Joe, they say they haven't seen him. Then, the nanny sprays Maya with pepper spray and snatches the SD card from the camera. So, when the nanny grabs the SD card, she vanishes. Joe's mom decides to get a detective to look into what happened. The detective asks Maya about the night of the robbery and is surprised to hear the name of the gun used. Maya recognizes the gun because she used to have the same type in the army, but hers is deactivated. The detective takes her gun to check it out. Maya also tells him about the nanny cam footage and how the nanny lied about not seeing Joe. The detective thinks Maya might be imagining things because of her grief. Sadly, he gets into a car accident when a cat jumps in front of his car. People start to think he might have been drinking because of his past. Now, he has an annoying assistant helping him. They go to the place of the crime to check things out, but they don't find anything. Meanwhile, the results show that the gun used to kill Maya's sister, Claire, and her husband is the same. On the other hand, Maya is out looking for the nanny to get the SD card. Maya goes to visit Claire's kids and her husband, who isn't too fond of her. He finds out about the nanny and talks to her before she runs off again. But she manages to escape before they can catch her. The investigators start to think Joe and Claire might have been having an affair because they work together, but Maya trusts them. The kids start exploring their mom's things and find an old camera. They want to see what's on it. Maya asks her friend about Claire's daily routine to get some clues. Because they were close, Maya tells her friend about a secret phone or a possible affair. She breaks into the house and finds the phone. Claire's husband tries to grab it and tells Maya to let the hired investigator handle things. But he knows about his wife's secret stuff. Maya takes the phone anyway, leaving him upset. The investigator talks about interviewing the nanny since she's like family, but he thinks Maya might be a bit crazy and denies that Joe could have been having an affair. He thinks Joe was too good for Maya. He's always liked her, but she's never cared much for him. Maya discovers a contact number for a gaming club in her sister's secret phone, along with 16 call records. But she doesn't find anything strange at the club. She does notice a car following her everywhere, even when she's dropping Lily off at nursery. She talks about it with a coworker, who warns her to watch out for two dangerous guys who are around. Meanwhile, the investigator is feeling worse each day but doesn't pay attention to his symptoms. He asks his wife to drive because he feels dizzy. Maya goes to Joe's while reading, but it's delayed because they don't have a death certificate for Joe yet. At the ceremony, Joe's sister shocks Maya by talking about her visions of Joe's dead brother and how she thinks Joe might still be alive because nobody saw his body except their mom. Maya's already puzzled by the visions she saw of Joe and the secret camera's footage, and now Joe's sister is dropping bombshells about their family secrets, like a hidden bank account tied to the Burkett Empire. A big chunk of money gets sent to the detective and others every 10th of the month, which is pretty intriguing. This revelation might lead to something interesting. Meanwhile, Claire's kids are eager to see their mom's old photos, but they're surprised to find one from 2003 where she's pregnant. They also spot their mom with a mystery guy. Maya wants to chat with Joe's mom about his body, but Joe's third brother shuts her down. They kick her out, telling her to get help. Claire's kids find more clues in the photos, recognizing a boy named Frank. The current CEO of Bimble is a French guy who used to write notes in French to their mom. Lately, he's spotted French notes with yellow flowers on her grave, probably from Frank. They decide to keep it secret with their father and tell the cops later. Maya notices that all the calls were made before the gaming club opened, meaning Claire was hanging out with someone who was there early. So, she heads to the club and spots the same red car that's been tailing her for days. She sneaks a sensor near its tire and asks a coworker to watch it. Suddenly, the tracker disappears. While Maya is up in the helicopter, she tracks down the red car using its last known location. But she ends up bumping into the same gangster who got warned about her return. They take her to a room where the gangster reveals that her sister was in touch with him. He used to care for her and helped Claire with secret info about the Burkett Empire. Claire got killed because she was working against Burkett, and then Joe got killed too because they were on the same project. There's this mysterious character called Darkman that Maya wants to meet but can't find. Joe's family is also sending him a lot of money. Maya can't see the Darkman, but she sees a car from the sailing crew at his house. Claire's kids want to meet Frank, but he tells them to come to his apartment later. Maya is determined to learn the real stories, so she asks her colleague to watch for the Darkman. Instead of focusing on health problems, the detective looks into Joe's case. They learn about one of the bikers. Maya's niece finds Frank's apartment and tells her brother to wait outside. Joe's sister discovers his green shirt in his mom's room, seen in a video. Maya's old nightmares trouble her sleep. Lily's crying in the hallway instead of her bed. Maya finds her colleague there. He blames Maya for the situation, but reveals the Darkman's identity. He was the captain of the ship where Joe's brother died. The Burkett family says it's murder and hides his body. She's getting more curious, but her colleague advises seeking help and not dwelling on things. Meanwhile, Claire's daughter finds Frank, who says he had a relationship with her mom 20 years ago. He didn't know Claire was pregnant in 2003. The detective finds the biker, who's actually Claire's daughter's football coach. He says his bike was stolen a month ago but didn't report it because it was cheaper. The only thing clear is that the detective crashes because of his illness, not the cat. Maya schedules psychological sessions for him, but a call from the Darkman's wife interrupts. She says her husband took a big bribe from Burkett's empire every month, but we still don't know why. The detective is rescued by his assistant. Maya talks to the gangster about her secret audio tape, which he hasn't shown to the army yet. The tape hides truths about Maya's past, but the gangster thinks it led to her firing from the army. Losing her dream job was punishment enough for Maya, so the gangster decides not to release the tape. He also says Claire made a deal with him about it. Maya is sad to learn her sister died protecting her secret. They need to find the Darkman, who's been missing for months. Claire's kids discover their stepbrother's DNA report and tell Maya, but she already knew. Someone mysteriously puts a tracker on Maya's car. Her friend warns her that nanny cameras can be hacked because her ex-husband is blackmailing her. Maya suspects someone else uploaded Joe's footage, but after checking, no cameras were hacked. The detective hides his illness from his pregnant wife and argues with his assistant about it, but they focus on Claire's husband's lie. They know he wasn't there when Joe was killed. The truth's out, but he's still suspicious. Claire's daughter meets her stepbrother and tells him to stay away from his younger brother. Maya visits Joe's mother with her daughter. Maya finds out about Joe's school and visits the headmaster to ask about Claire's last visit. She threatens him until he reveals the truth about Joe's friend from school, Theo. Claire died after visiting the school and learning about Theo. Maya is shocked to find out that Theo died 25 years ago. She meets Theo's mom, who confirms Joe, his brother, and Theo were friends years ago. Claire's husband meets her former lover, Frank, and tells him about his son. Maya talks to the gangster and learns that Burkett's empire is causing thousands of deaths every year with their bad medicines. They keep people quiet by paying them off with money. Claire knew about this and was murdered. They find some clues about the Darkman. Maya discovers his dead body in a frozen shutter. The detective arrives and suspects Maya of the murder. They argue, and it leads to discussing his bribes from Burkett's empire, but he denies any involvement. Maya tells him the reason for Claire's murder, but he wants the whole truth. Maya keeps a secret and asks Claire's husband to pick her up. Lily and others talk about Claire's secret son and lover. The detective enters rehab to cope with grief and declines to marry his pregnant girlfriend due to illness. Claire's family welcomes their new brother. The detective discovers Maya is lying, so they investigate. Maya confesses the gangster put the Darkman's body in her car and then in a freezer to avoid the case. She tells them about the gangster's hideout after his attempt to frame her for the murder. So, Maya starts another mission to find Swain, Joe's school friend. All computers in the detective's office are hacked. Maya finds Mr. Swain, who drops a bombshell. Joe killed his brother, Andrew. He reveals shocking things about Joe, describing him as one of the most violent students in the school's history. He says Joe killed Theo because he was jealous of his charm and football skills. Joe tied him up in an abandoned place, just like in the beginning of the movie, and killed him with alcohol. In the same year, he also killed his own brother by throwing him into the water. Maya is heartbroken to hear her husband's dark truths. The detective finds the gangster in a dark place and finally arrests him. Maya meets her colleague because he suspects her of Joe and Claire's deaths, but she calms him down and shares a revelation. She confesses about the day they were in a helicopter during their army days. She lied about the command to kill civilians. She feels immense guilt for it, but had to follow orders. She wishes she could undo it, but can't. The gangster was blackmailing Claire for the same audio from the helicopter and the commanding team. The detective investigates the gangster, and he reveals Burkett scams and pharmaceuticals. He realizes he's been taking medicine from the same company. His hallucinations are because of these medicines. He's been seeing his friend due to the bad medicine formulas. The dark man was part of the crime, so the gangster kills him. Maya finds the nanny's car tracker moving and follows it. The detective learns about the biker and hurries to find out why he died. But the biker jumps off the building before saying anything. So, he got fired because he's really sick now. Maya kidnaps Nanny and her partner using Joe's clothes and threatens them with a gun to tell the truth. They confess that Joe's mother hired them. They messed up the video and acted on Mrs. Burkett's orders because she wanted to know everything. She suspects Maya and thinks Maya's hiding secrets about Joe's death. That's why she wanted Maya to get involved, to prove Joe is dead. She used to think Maya was a threat to her son, Joe. Claire's husband sends Maya's colleague to her for safety because he's worried about her. The colleague wants to know everything now. Maya suspected Joe was hiding something, and she was right. He was the one who killed Theo and his brother, but he acted innocent. She wanted him to show his true self. Now, the colleague asks about both murders with the same gun. The biggest shock is Maya's confession that she killed Joe. Joe murdered Claire because she found out his secrets and about Burkett scams. So, Maya pretended to prove Joe was the killer. She had a gun only Joe and she could access. She testified about Claire's death bullet, revealing Joe did it to avenge the criminal. She tricks her husband into the park and kills him with the same gun. Then she swaps the gun with a similar deactivated one and lets the detective test it. The bullets match because the guns are similar. She pays two bikers to stage a robbery the same night, acting to confuse the detective and the investigation. The detective learns Maya killed Joe when the biker confesses after a few hits. He follows Joe's car, thinking Maya is inside. He tells his assistant about the new revelation and reaches the car, but it's Claire's husband instead. They had swapped cars earlier. She wanted him to pick up their daughter, so she took his car to track the nanny. Maya gathers Joe's mother, his third brother, and his sister into a dark room. She makes them admit their lies and Joe's truth. She urges her mother to confess about the pharmaceutical scams and Joe's murders, and even admits her own crime. Maya takes out the gun's trigger and puts it on the table. Then she acts out, telling Mrs. Burkett to confess her crimes. Mrs. Burkett is cornered but offers Maya a deal. Blame everything on Joe and live clean. However, Joe's third brother grabs the gun and shoots her. Maya's final move is putting a webcam in the digital frame. The video goes live on news channels, spreading their actions to the world. It's now the biggest truth of the century. The detective remembers how Maya sacrificed herself to reveal Burkett's awful secrets to the world. 18 years later, Lily has a baby girl and names her Maya. The end. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to our channel.